what is cybersecurity, which is cyber defense, and as here we saw many threats. And with that, I would like to say that cybersecurity, it's something that we should not mystify. Usually it's something cyber war, cyborgs, cyber warriors. So what does it mean? In fact, this is the daily life, cybersecurity, being in security in the virtual space. As more and more we move our lives to cyberspace, as usually we did, I don't know, 5 or 10 years before we went to bank. We did many services in the physical life. Now we do that on the web, as here also in the university. I'm sure there are many students who use the e-studies and many other processes. And what does it mean that we depend more and more on information technologies? And what is cybersecurity? It is that technologies we use, and they have to be safe. They have to be secure against any kinds of threats. And cybersecurity is not something like, as for example in this picture, that two armies, two cyber warriors fighting against each other. It's the daily life, because anybody from us can be a victim in cyberspace. Leo has an experience in developing other kinds of, let's say, methods, which I'll turn a bit later on the positive aspects of that. And so what does it mean? That any individual, not only states, but any individual has something to be lost. For example, your email can be hacked. Pictures, different pictures can be taken out of that. Your internet bank can be hacked. You can lose your money that is on your account. And many other stuff. And what I would like to say with that, it's cybersecurity. It's the world, and we have to work very much on this issue in all the aspects of the daily life. Not only state, but every institution, every individual has to think about the security in cyberspace, as we do in the physical space. So as people are being attacked or even being killed in the physical space, banks are robbed, the same as in cyberspace. Banks are robbed in the cyber, people are abused, and this is something I try to add to my colleague.
I think a good way to put it, so the students here are political scientists, social scientists, yes? So Charles, was it, no, not Charles, what am I saying? Hobbes, what was Hobbes' first name? Thomas Hobbes, yes. Thomas Hobbes talks about the state, the sovereign having a monopoly on the use of force. And the foundation of modern Western political theory is the idea that you have a monopoly on the just use of force in the state. And that's sort of, leaving aside questions of international relations, for a domestic state, that's the sine qua non of the state working. And that's how you then move from having, a violent sovereign to then being able to demand rights from your sovereign, having a modern civil society. Now, the basic sort of power vertical that depends on is what breaks down when you have a networked society. Because suddenly, even though the states haven't gone away, and all the political institutions built on the modern state haven't gone away, you have an incredible democratization of the use of force. And I can, as a non-technical person, download a piece of software right now for free that will let me break into Māris's computer, let me get all of his bank passwords, let me turn on his webcam and look at what he's doing at home, and I can, for a little bit of money, probably hire someone to do a lot of damage to Māris without it ever getting tracked to me, without the state ever being able to use its institutions to stop me. So that's the kind of fundamental problem that we're dealing with right now, is can we and do we want to reestablish the sort of structures that we had in the prior to all of this?